These Jordans are so good, I actually went to the resale market to get myself a pair. Now that's a big deal for me because I very rarely, in fact I think this is only the second time I have ever gone to a reseller to buy a pair of shoes. I'm just a stubborn guy, and if I can't cop it at retail, well, I'll just have to take the L and move on. Not in this case though. These are the Jordan 3 Desert Elephants, and we're gonna break them down in this video. Let's get into it. The Jordan 3 is a model that I've always liked, but I've probably never loved. I think it's only in recent years that I've fully come to appreciate the design aesthetic of the Jordan 3, and that I really appreciate the place that it holds in the Jordan Retro collection. I always used to favor the 4 over the 3 because I've always seen the two as being really closely linked. But in recent years, I've found myself favoring the Jordan 3's more simpler design, and there's been a bunch of really cool colorways released in the Jordan 3 that just make me fall in love with it even more. I also think a whole bunch of different color blocking really works well with the 3, from the traditional simple colors to something that is a little bit more out there, like this guy right here, the Jordan 3 Desert Elephant. I think it's one of those shoes that you gotta kind of focus in on. It's not probably the shoe that you would automatically take a look at and fall in love with, but the more you look at it, well, the more I look at it, the more I fall in love with it. This actually came out a while ago in Australia, maybe 4 or 5 weeks ago, more, I can't remember. I did throw my hat into the ring with a couple of raffles, but I was pretty surprised when I copped an L on each and every one of them. I was prepared to move on and just cop it on the chin, but the more I saw pictures of this guy show up, the more I felt like I had to try and get my hands on it. Luckily, I did find a pair on eBay that wasn't too much over retail, and I am just more in love with these shoes now that I've got them in hand. I guess without talking about how they feel in hand, the reason why I found myself so drawn to them is just because of the color blocking. I really like these earthy tones that the shoe is using, and it's perfect for this time of the year in Australia. I think it's a perfect sneaker to wear all year round, but these colors really speak to those cooler months. The use of blacks and browns and oranges really works together incredibly well. For the most part, I would call this a black sneaker with hits of brown and orange. That's not the colors that Jordan brand uses to describe what's on the Desert Elephant. If you're looking for the official names, I think they call them the Black, Rush Orange, Fossil Stone, Noir, and Orange Intense. For the most part, it's just different shades of brown, black, with the orange adding that pop of color in the right way. The dominant color on the upper is the black for sure, but you also get a lot of what they call fossil, this light beige, around different parts of the shoe. The heel is basically covered in that fossil colorway, as is the tongue, and then the eye stay as well has a huge hit of that light brown color. The orange is subtle but works really well in the bottom part of the eye stays with those circle eyelets having the orange treatment. The Jumpman logo on the top of the tongue is also orange, while the entire backing of the tongue is also done in that really strong orange color. I like how all of this is set off against the white midsole. If it had a black midsole, I still think it would look nice. I just don't think it would look as nice as it does now. The white adds a really nice contrast between the black and that lighter brown that you see on top that they call fossil or whatever it is. The outsole is a standard Jordan 3 outsole pattern with white, light beige or fossil or whatever color it is that they're using to describe that light brown tone, with orange in the forefoot and also for the branding. what I consider to be the most identifying feature of any Jordan 3 model. The elephant print in this guy is done in a really dark brown, and again, that dark brown that is really only used for the elephant print works so well against that really dark black upper. And that is almost enough for me to buy a pair of shoes. I really know what to expect these days as far as quality goes from the Jordan brand. So as long as I can get the silhouette I like in a colorway that I really like, I feel like I'm on a winner. What is a added benefit of this guy is the way that the materials feel. The materials themselves feel really, really nice. The leathers that they've used, the suede, the nubuck, it all feels like it's done really well. It's a really pleasant surprise. And in this particular version, I really have minimal blemishes and nothing that I can really complain about. I am in love with this shoe. It is one of my favorite purchases of the year, and I am so glad I managed to get myself a pair. Let me know what you guys think of the Jordan 3 Desert Elephant in the comments below, but until the next video, laters.